Hey guys, it's been a long time. So I have a thought of the day for you guys. This one is very important for anyone who is thinking about coming to Japan, or if you live in Japan already, or even if you are injured or have an accident while you're living here in Japan or visiting. So in Japan, they have different forms of insurance. They have what's called the social health insurance, and they have what's called Shakai Hoken, or I think it's preferred to as the general or the more premium health insurance that you'll have here. The reason these are a very important topic for today in this discussion is that in Japan, the Shakai Hoken, which covers the vast majority of your medical coverage, is the most expensive, which this actually decreases your premium to better help you when you're actually hurt or injured. Your social health insurance, you actually pay a premium based upon your income every month, so if you make a lot, it's actually very bad. The reason for this is to help kind of balance the elderly people and the working class to kind of help pay for medical to make it more affordable. Now, this is the crucial reason I'm bringing this up in this video today, is that if you have an injury beyond a standard sickness, so say you have the flu or you're coughing or maybe you need medicine, you can go to a general practitioner for this. So I go to a general practitioner for my medicine and things like that. Beyond this, if you have a serious thing or what's called maybe a simple issue in America or maybe even other countries, like you have an ingrown toenail or you have a minor laceration that needs stitches, something like that, you cannot normally go to a general practitioner here. You actually have to go to a general hospital and you have to have a surgeon look at it. And I'm using this as an example because this has happened to me living here. I actually have an ingrown toenail. I thought that a general practitioner who can actually take care of it, normally in the States or other places, can go in and cut and remove the nail. That is not the case here. You actually have to go to a hospital. But here's the catch, and this is why this is such an important issue I'm bringing up now, is that if you do go to see a surgeon, could be for orthopedics, LASIK, whatever, before you go to a surgeon, you have to have a letter of recommendation from the previous doctor. So that means that you have to prove you're sick to another doctor. Even if you know what you need, you still have to have a letter to go there. And the reason for this is it goes back to a long-dated tradition in Japan of kind of paying the medical service to make sure everyone gets paid, and also making sure the system runs by people who are constantly using the service. I've been to 3 different doctors prior to my ingrown toenail, and they all said you need a letter of recommendation. I said, but if I don't have one, what does that mean? You have 2 options if you don't have a letter of recommendation from a prior surgeon for them. One, you can either not be received, which was told to me at least once, that yes, I have a serious issue with my foot, I need it looked at, but I'm sorry, we cannot do that. We cannot service you without a letter of recommendation from your prior doctor, surgeon, practitioner, whatever. They will not see you, period. This was the case I've already experienced actually with a hospital near here, which I was not aware of, to my knowledge. Also, option 2. Now, this one is very fun. So if you want to pay them an extra 5 to 8,000 yen, so about $50 to $80, they'll pass the letter, and then you still have to pay that. So you have to pay not only a kind of, I look at it more of as a bribe, not even just that, just like, here, I need this done, but here, give me extra money because you don't want to go see a doctor so we can pay them. So you have to pay them to bypass this. Then on top of that, you have to go another step further and pay for the operation. Depending upon the university hospital, there's actually a university hospital near where I live. They're highly expensive. Granted, probably a good facility, but they don't really care about the insurance as much because they're a university hospital. They're expensive. You go to other places, they're just as expensive or cost effective. So it's kind of balancing what makes sense. This is the main issue. The main reason I bring this up is a lot of people in the world, especially in America, there's a big talk on media about people going overseas for medical operations, Mexico, other places. This country, even though the healthcare, you can buy a cheap healthcare to come in here and do surgery, is actually pretty cost effective. It's really kind of hard. And I'm saying that because if you have a letter of recommendation from another doctor, it's rather easy. But you go past that, it's not going to be easy at all. It's going to be a hyper problem of challenge and all this mess. I couldn't explain to you how frustrating it was to actually go through this experience, not knowing about it and trying to look up online what causes it, how it works, all these things. That being said, you can still come here and do that, but be known that 90% of, I would say, either university hospitals or even hospitals in general are not going to take a credit card. They are not going to take that. They want to be paid cash. And the reason for this, and this is not a negative thing at all, but this is just how the system is run since before I came here, and for I couldn't tell you how long, maybe since they made the social health care system here, is that they do the cash system so they can kind of manipulate the numbers and change how much they take in, how much they pay out, and how much they can actually make and thing, because there's no paper trail other than what they give you for a receipt. So they can give you a receipt for 1,000 and you paid 5,000. So the government has to pick up the other thing. This is a common thing from what I've heard from talking to various people about this and what's online. So the main point of this argument is if you're going to come here and you're going to think about getting surgery done, try and get it done in your own country first. It can be very challenging, very gut-wrenching. If you have a serious issue, like with my incident, for example, my toe has still having some issues. It's very hard and difficult to get a surgeon to look at it. So with that being said, I'm very glad everyone keeps watching, tuning in, coming back here, doing this. This is, I think, was a very serious issue I wanted to address, so people are kind of aware when they come here or if they're visiting. So as always, though, please make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. If you guys think of another topic for me to talk about, please bring it up. I'm more than happy to kind of discuss and see what I can do. All right, guys. I will see you guys all in the next video. Later.